Hey yo everybody, and welcome back to another A-Rank episode of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Today's A-Rank episode is the first of two driving mini-games that you're forced to do in the main story. And I figure we may as well get started with Tails, because chronologically his comes first. That's how I ordered things. And, well, I would probably say this is the significantly easier of the two to complete, at least A-Rank wise. I'm not the biggest fan of these driving games, plus they never even tell you how to drift, which I'll just go over that really fast. And I missed that for no reason, but what? Back to my explanation. So you have to release the A button and then turn the control stick in the direction you want to go. And then you can press the A button again to release, to bring the gas back on again. But to get out of this drift mode, you have to lay off the control stick and leave it in its stationary position for a whole entire second. It's kind of fiddly. It really just is like when you want it to be stopped, it's not, and when you want to do it, it's just all a bit of a mess. But there's just not really, I can't speak all that well. But yeah, you'll be seeing this, and then next week you'll see Rouges, which I'll have plenty more to talk about on that. Although sometimes it's just kind of amazing just looking back at these A-Ranks and just like, you could see all the mistakes I make, but it's like they give you just that little bit of leeway for certain A-Ranks, and here's an example of actually using drifting to make a turn correctly. Just looking at this is like, wowzers, I'm going quite quickly, and you can potentially spin out like that, so you might want to watch your turns. Also, colliding head-on with a wall will also make you spin out. So, how the missions that they have for this are completely different from the rest of the game. At least with two of the missions. So there's this one, which is the story mission. Second mission is 100 rings, which on either one, let's be honest, not difficult at all. We're actually going to be getting into 100 rings here in just a second. But it's the next two after that, which are easily the most difficult parts of this game, at least as far as I've played. They are, don't hit the cars, and don't hit the walls. Don't hit the cars is the more frustrating of the two because it really feels like you have less control over what's going on. At least with don't hit the walls, it's really just more of a test of your skill, man. At least a more fair test of your skill with the course design, because when you're on don't hit the walls, there are no cars to stop you. It's just you and your drifting skills. There's no random hazard that can just make you super frustrated to get this all done. Now, in terms of time it actually took to complete this one, to A-Rank this one with all the missed attempts maybe took the usual amount of time to capture. Really kind of surprising. Oh, I should also explain those balloons I'm picking up. Those are ring balloons that can contain anywhere from 15 to 40 rings apiece. Usually enough to get you to your next speed boost. And they're also, by the way, necessary to get if you want to get to the 100 rings in time. But yeah, where was my train of thought again? Fucking hell. Well, that's just the format of how I do these things. Oh well, there's 100 rings there. Done. Boom. You're about to see some hard stuff happen. And these are A's. Oh, and I do have one funny thing coming up in Don't Hit the Walls that I will tell you about in just a bit after this. So boom, emblem. You can tell it's the first time I've actually completed it. But still, with these don't hit things missions, and well, just a lot of these in general, I usually just pause like when I've got a failed take. So as you've seen a lot of the time, when I get the emblems on them, it's a first timer. of actually finishing the level for the first time. It's just like, hey, you've developed your skills well enough to get an A rank on here. Good job. Wait a minute. It's actually something like, this was hard enough to complete in the first place, so let's just give you an A rank for completing it. Period. Dunzo. And I'm just watching this and it's like, oh my god, I'm going super fast and whatnot. Sometimes it can be really hard to just try and fill these out, especially when you're like just coming back to it. Although actually, at this point in time, I've actually recorded up to Skyrail, which out of the Sonic missions, or at least the Sonic stages, it's my least favorite of them all. Crazy Gadget can also just go up there with it. I don't like rail stages at all, or at least stages primarily built around rails for grinding. I don't feel comfortable at all doing rail grinding. It's just something that I've never been comfortable with in all of my time with Sonic Adventure 2. It just seems like when you specifically with holding down the B button and jumping, especially jumping. But I think I'll talk about that more when I get to Skyrail. Back to here. The cars are nowhere near as bad as in Rouge's stage. This is like the warm-up for Rouge's driving stage. Because it kind of feels like they picked an easy mode track for this, and then an expert mode for Rouge. Tails really got it lucky here. He really got it lucky. Oh man. You don't know how lucky you are, you two-tailed fox. Oh boy. Because I will give you the exact length of how long it took to record Rouge's stage total in that video. Well, let's just say it took a while. And a couple close calls later, and we are done here with Don't Hit the Cars. Because apparently you instantly explode or something. Nah, it just fades to black when you hit a car. It would be funny to see some sort of explosive graphic, but... Excuse me, that would be the Tootsie Rolls talking, because chocolate is my friend. But yeah, a somewhat difficult A rank. Somewhat, compared to later. Still, boom, there's the emblem. And now we're gonna get to Don't Hit the Walls, and I can talk about what's going to be coming up. So there's gonna be a part here where I am going to go into a drift, and I think I hit the wall, so I pause to see if I go and quit this run. I unpause and see I am still going. It is ridiculous in all sense of the word. I could not believe what happened. Holy fuck. It was intense. I'm just like, fuck it, keeping it. I'm keeping this run no matter what. Because I don't want to do this again. Which entirely is a bald-faced lie, because I'm going to have to come back to the kart racing at some point, because there are 3 emblems I have to get from that. But I think it'll be a lot less stressful than these. Because eventually, just trying these over and over again gets to be murder on your soul, and you just kind of want to just strangle someone. Not really, but that's how frustrated you can get from this. But I was just determined to get it done, and no matter what I did, I got it done. I think it's coming up fairly soon. I forget, my memory is so poor. It's laughably poor. It's just one of like, did I just talk about just 5 seconds ago? Whoa. I should really not be doing these voice recordings in the middle of the night. Start getting tired and whatnot. But when there's not really a whole ton of time to really figure out like where to do this sort of thing, kind of just roll with the punches. And yep, that's it. I felt like I hit the wall. I paused and it just let me keep going, and it was like fuck? Because it really did look like I hit the wall, right? I don't know what happened, but it let me keep it, and I decided to keep this going. Yeah, I've already said enough about it, and it's really just at this point, it's really just coming up to the end here, because like this one last balloon. Oh wait, no, there's another turn here, and really, yeah, this is it. Just use up the boost, because I really have nowhere else to use it. Gotta love that city background. That's just kind of there, and the water texture below you the entire time. Gotta love the Dreamcast ported to GameCube graphics. Which, this game doesn't look half bad, actually. But, well, there's worse. There's definitely worse. Boom! A rank. Done. Now, if there's something I have to say about the hard modes of this and the next mission, I think they didn't take that many tries at all. But it's such a relief to play hard mode, because it's like, I can crash into all the things! This is fun! Just no stress whatsoever. It's the best. It's the best. You don't have to worry about anything. With hard mode here for Tails, he seems to get significantly less time in order to actually complete his stage. In which it actually means like, oh, I actually have to pay attention to the checkpoint timer for these checkpoint races. Huh, that's a thing. But this is nowhere near as difficult compared to Don't Hit the Cars and Don't Hit the Walls. It was seriously a fucking relief. Hell, they only give me 50 extra seconds? Damn. Because I know I finished with barely enough time, and it's just like, hey, you actually completed it? We're just gonna give you this A rank for actually beating it, you know? I've already said that. What am I doing? Oh well, either way, it's super fun to just be like, Carnage, yay, get the hell out of my life, just done with, finito, dead, boom. And, oh, I actually just looked there for a moment like I didn't hit it, but I guess the bottom of the model or whatever, the like collision detectors or whatever did it. I don't fucking know. All I know is I just have a little bit more to voice and we will be done. I actually did want to edit this to be shorter, but I couldn't really figure out how to do it, unlike the previous video, so that's why you have to see everything in its entirety, because 100 Rings was too short to cut down already in the first place, and Don't Hit the Cars and Don't Hit the Walls really kind of just merit the full clips. And well, hard mode is hard mode, that dictates it too, because with all the rest of the stages in the game, excluding Rouge's driving section, they're all just the same stage, but you have to complete it under a time limit. In which that's just boring. I'll just cut that down. These driving sections, they really do kind of warrant the full thing. Because, well, I usually use the story mode clip if I haven't gotten the A rank already on it to justify what the stage looks like and whatnot at its base for, you know, regular A rank run. Blah, 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 blah. But anyway, we got the president. You're gonna see an A rank coming up right now. That was like a breath of fresh air compared to Don't Hit stuff. Yeah. And so with that, this particular A rank comes to a close, and on the next episode, you're really gonna hear some ranting out of me. And so I guess with that, I'm a Nick, and I'll see you guys next time.